All right, so this is gonna be a quick little video. I'm gonna be doing some finishing touches on this Monster Moto Tecumseh swap mini bike that I'm working on right now. Just got a shipment in from Go Powersports for some parts that I ordered that we're gonna be putting on here. All right, so we got a chain guard or clutch cover because this crap is the most dangerous crap you can ever see. So that's gonna bolt on there and keep my leg and shins and other people's legs and shins from getting completely lacerated. And I got a new centrifugal clutch here because apparently this is my brother's clutch and he got mad that I was using it. So I'm gonna swap that on there. Just wanted to keep in the parts bin. Got some stickers and more stickers. They actually followed me on Instagram, which I thought was pretty interesting. The Instagram is the same as the YouTube channel, Engine Garage. Just for a little comparison, this is the Hillard clutch. This is a clutch I just ordered. I guess this is just a generic clutch. And here's the generic clutch. You can see how different it is from this one to this one. So a little thing that I did, this came with, I guess, a tiny bit of lube on it, but I just put a little bit of grease on that shaft and that bushing right there, so that way you can have some lube when it's just kind of freewheeling. Lube this once every 2 times you ride it, or once every time you ride it, something like that, and that'll keep that bushing good. All right, so today we're going to be putting on new brakes because, well, the cable's the problem. It's all seized up, and the brake caliper, I tried taking it apart and put it all back together, clean it out. The stupid vacuum plate broke off at the brake pad, and like everything else is broken, springs and bull crap. So I just said, heck with it. All right, do that number right there. All right, so usually I wouldn't really worry too much about brakes, but this thing is ridiculously fast and scary, and it needs some dang brakes on it. The back brakes I feel like aren't enough, and it probably needs some front brakes on it sooner in the future. Cat. Get out of here. Trying to film stuff and the cat's like all up my butt and knocking over tripods and stuff. Just gonna keep everything loose for now. I cannot stand when these like that are so loose, so I might put a washer in there, but they are working. Yeah, this thing has got to have some suspension on it because this thing sucks. See if we can go up this hill. Whoa, shoot. Every little thing in the road I can feel. And it can pick up, that's for sure. And that's just a centrifugal clutch. It don't even have a torque converter on it. It don't need a torque converter. Oh shoot. They brakes loose in these leads. This is not for going over jumps. I think it's very sketchy on jumps. Woo, shoot. This thing is scary. At least the brakes work though. here's the go-kart. A lot of you guys are probably wondering where the heck this is. It's been about over a year since I made a video on this thing. I thought I was gonna get it going pretty easy, but just never really had much time to work on it. You can see I got a throttle pedal kind of rigged up here. I'm gonna find a way to hook the throttle to the cable so you know, I can have foot throttle and turn that into the choke or whatever. All the safety sensors are bypassed, starter system, all that stuff works. I think I really stopped when I tried to pull that front pulley off and it was seized on there. I just kind of gave up on it. But yeah, I got a pulley I can put on the front, make this thing a little faster because it's a little slow, and just kind of make it to a much better go-kart sort of thing. 6-speed Spicer transmission, but there'll be probably a video on that soon. All right, so there are a couple little things extra I want to do on this thing. Number one, I want to remove the governor properly, so that way all the governor internals aren't just spinning freely in there. They could come all to pieces, so we're going to do that, and I'm never ever going to use the governor on this engine. I'm going to check the spark plug, see how it's running. I think it's going to be running a little bit on the lean side. We're going to be painting the chain cover and make a proper exhaust mount. Ooh, the dang teeth are already broken off of it. Here's the linkage. It's just all flying around in there. I didn't know that the camshaft gear was plastic. I'm gonna suck out all this oil and get a better look. I did also just change the oil, and I was gonna save it, but I don't think I'm gonna be saving this. Look how gray that is. Look what I also found down here. Some other piece of steel that broke off of something. Is this a plastic camshaft? Apparently it is. That's ridiculous. Figured out that this piece of steel actually went right there on the governor arm. All right, so after fighting with this stupid snap ring, because these cheesy snap ring pliers broke and there's no room with screwdrivers, but I got it out of there, so now let's slide the governor shaft on out and get that washer. All right, so apparently a snap ring wasn't holding that on. I'm gonna mess about with it, get it out of here, and I'll put you back on. Since I'm removing the governor, during the meantime, I figured I would paint the chain guard and make it look a little bit better and keep it from rusting. All right, so now I'm gonna go find a bolt to stick in that hole right there to block that off. And I'm gonna spend a long time scraping up all this gasket material, which is really gonna suck. I also removed the compression release because I feel like that's another thing that's probably gonna fly apart and fail. Permatex Ultra Black. Just gonna put a thin little coat around. The header ain't going anywhere now. A little bit tougher to pull over now since I took out that compression release. But you can still pull it over pretty easy because this motor don't really have that much compression.